So last time we got this Honda Spree up and running, I picked it up for 250 bucks. If you guys didn't see the last episode, go check it out. But we're going to continue. So I was kind of mentioning last time that the slide didn't seem to be going in quite correctly. And it was getting dark out, so I couldn't really see what was happening. But if you look in there, there is no little pin on the side of the slide where usually it goes in line with that. So basically, when I put the slide in, it's just able to rotate, and so there's no adjustment possible. So I don't really know what the fix is to that. I probably just need to get a new carburetor. But I mean, it does run as is, just the idle goes kind of low if you don't stay on it. So that's one issue. And then we're going to check out this front brake in this episode, try to free that up. I might have to just order a new one. And then lastly, I want to get this bike completely cleaned up. We might take the wheels off and give those a fresh coat of paint, possibly. And then these plastics are really rough. They're oxidized. And I'd like to see if I can kind of shine those up a little bit. So we're going to be doing a little bit of stuff in this episode, just kind of getting the bike cleaned up and ready to hit the road. But it did seem to run pretty well. There's just some fine tuning that needs to be done. So with that, let's get into this video. Sometimes you can kind of work these from end to end with a little bit of lubrication and they will free up. But on my other scooter, on my Honda Aero, I had the same problem and they wouldn't free up. So I got to order some new cables for it. It's not even moving it at all. So I think we're going to just pull that off. And I'll just have to order a new one, I guess. Which, that's not what I wanted to do, but let's pull these plastics off. I don't know what my plans are with this thing. If I'm just going to clean it up and sell it, or if I want to keep it. Okay, so now that thing's out of there. It's obviously a little rusted in. Can pull this out. So there we go. There's our cable. And it's just frozen. Sometimes you can work these back and forth, but this one's got no play in it. Sometimes what I do is I hook a vice grip to either side and you can kind of pull back and forth, but I think I'm just going to get a new one because, like I said, we're having the same issue with that one right there, and I worked at the cables for a long time and I was not able to get them to free up. So I think we're going to have the same luck with this one. But I think now what we should do is maybe try to start cleaning up these plastics. Since we got this thing basically stripped down, we might as well just pop off this other side cover. And we can kind of see if these clean up at all. So I don't really know how you're supposed to clean up plastics, But what I'm going to try to do is use this buffer with a little compound and just see what it does. Hopefully this buffer works, because I accidentally left it out when it was raining one time. Oh yeah. Probably better clean this thing off a little bit. Big glob of that. That was way too much, probably. Okay, so that's doing something. I can see myself in the plastics now. I know someone's gonna ask me what I'm using. I'm just using some compound. This is just what I had sitting around. It's looking clean. Check it out. So this is like 5 minutes of me buffing it. You can see my reflection, and it just really made them nice and smooth and shiny again. This is kind of what it started out as. So there's a kind of before and after. So big improvement. I'm gonna kind of just do the rest of this without videotaping. Maybe I'll do this part just so you can see, because this is probably the worst of it. Really oxidized. So we'll see if we can bring this back. So I just got my new cable. Got this off of eBay. It was only about 25 bucks maybe. I will leave a link in the description if you guys are needing one. But just off of a rough look at it, it looks to be the exact right size and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tossed on quick, and then we'll get this all put back together. I guess we're just going to go reverse with how we got this thing out. So somehow we got to get it threaded down in here. You know, it actually might be easiest to go up with it. Let's see if we can wiggle it over. So something like that, and we'll come down and under. Okay, so that's set up right. Now we just gotta, how did this go? Straight down through this little hole. We might have to shave that boot down a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Just kind of gotta push it through. Oh shit. So now we just gotta adjust it really quick. So there's a little thing right here. We're just going to run that in until we got good tension. And say you run out of like adjustment up here, what you can do is actually take the arm off of the splines right here, and you can repivot it and bring it up a little bit more. That way, you know, it'll adjust it more. But if you run out of adjustment down here, you probably need to replace your pads. But look at that. So you want a little bit of drag. Boom. Gonna just put that boot back on here. And there you go. That's how you replace the brake cable on your Honda Spree. Got a nice firm brake. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this put back together. You don't want to forget to put your little speedo cable back into place. And then once we get the bike back together, I think I might pull off the wheels and clean them up a little bit. And then this thing should be ready to go. There's a lot of hardware that was missing on it, so I went and got that. I still need to tighten it all down. Literally every bolt and nut was lost to mount the plastics, and then someone was in here at one point and they didn't put that back together. So there's some little things I need to do, but I think next step is to kind of clean this thing up, do the wheels, possibly even paint this exhaust. It's really crusty too. So be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so we're just pulling off this wheel 17 and a, was this a 12 on the other side? This is such a quick and easy job that I just thought, you know, I could just spray the wheel with it on, but it only takes like a couple minutes to get it removed, so I was like, might as well just do it. Okay, so you're gonna knock out this little bolt that goes through, and then you got a spacer right here, so that's gonna come out, and then you're gonna just pull it through on this side. Ooh, that was probably good that we took that apart. Check out those brake shoes. So it was a little bit rusty inside there. We'll clean that up with a little bit of sandpaper, get that all cleaned up. Lots of brake material in there. And then we'll hit this with a little bit of paint. Take a little bit of 150 grit sandpaper. Just a little bit of soapy water. Use a Scotch-Brite. This is a more abrasive one, but you could use a green one too. Take off all that rust. You kind of want to scuff up the surface before you paint it anyways. I've had bikes where I just do this to them, and it really makes them clean up nicely. You don't even have to paint them after you do this sometimes, just because it'll take off the rust, but it'll leave the paint, and sometimes you just don't even gotta paint them. Okay, we got all the index cards in place. Now we can shoot this wheel, and this is just a little before shot. It doesn't look bad from far away, but when you get close, you can see all the pitting still. So I'm going to hit it with a little bit of this duplicate color. This is the closest match that I've found. It's DE 1615 aluminum, and it's in an engine enamel, but it works great. So let's get to painting. Okay, I'm gonna do the quick and dirty way of painting your back wheel. I don't really want to pull it all off. You gotta pull off the exhaust and stuff. So we're gonna just shoot it quick and see how it looks. Boom, that's how it's done right there. Wouldn't even know it. Same thing to the other side. And yes, I did clean the wheel before I did this. I wasn't going completely cheap on this. Might have went a little heavy on that one. Last up, I want to hit this exhaust with a little high temp black. Hit that kickstand. Check it out, guys. Got it all put back together, and man, all that work really paid off. Wheels look great. Plastics turned out really nice. Look at that exhaust. So there you go. We got this thing for 250 bucks. Let's keep it running. Got it for 250 bucks, and probably gonna sell it for 600 to 700 pretty easily. So thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'm sure we'll be doing another spree sometime soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.